Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fee and this is Money Philosophy. Today we will continue with our Tesla technical analysis. I will go over the price targets for this week. Today Tesla retraced to 773 at the time of this recording, which is about 2:45 Eastern Standard Time. And I wanted to share with you my thought on what the price target would look like for the rest of the week. So stay tuned until the end of the video. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. If you have any idea on future videos, please also comment down below. I'm thinking to make a video to show my Tesla holdings in my portfolio, as well as what to do with the gain from a long-term standpoint. If you like these ideas, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and I'd love to make those videos for you. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Here is the daily candle for Tesla. It is now trading at still 773. The daily candle does look like it had a rejection at 793. The high of today was 799 actually, but it got rejected hard and it fell back down. If you're just looking at these two daily candles, which is yesterday and today, it does look like a complete reversal. So if you look at the weekly candle, you can see that this is a failed rocket launch and it falls back down within the body of the bull flag. That is not necessarily a bad thing because it does release some buying pressure and it could consolidate for a little bit. But given the fact that we are looking at the Q3 deliver result in the next few days, I do think that Tesla has an opportunity to go back up in the next few days. And if anything, today is just a blip and not a complete reversal. Given that the market is so red overall, Tesla is necessarily affected. Right now, as I speak, Tesla is reversing a little bit. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. The hourly chart, Tesla is right at the lower pivot point right now. As you can see that it dipped below pivot point and then it start moving back up right at that pivot level, which is 774. This morning it spiked through the middle pivot point, got to 793 all the way to 795 and then got rejected. Yesterday the high was 799. So you could tell that Tesla strived to get back up to yesterday's high or close to it, but then it couldn't sustain it and it moved down. The trading range for tomorrow is on the upper end 808. The middle pivot point is 779 and the bottom pivot point is 763. So given the range here, it looks like tomorrow could be another day of consolidation heading into Thursday and Friday. And keep in mind that Tesla could release delivery results by Friday morning, which is probably unlikely, but it could happen. If that's the case, Friday could be the sell-off day. So if tomorrow is a consolidation day, which is Wednesday, we really only have Thursday for the stock to go up and potentially Friday depending on when Tesla release quarterly results. The volume right now is 108%, which is pretty good for daily for Tesla. It probably will end the day at around 120 to 130%. It is not surprising that this week the volume is high because there's a lot of buying and selling activities related to the week of quarterly delivered result. If we're looking at the 4-hour chart here, today's price action is not too terrible compared to the last 2 days of breakout. Like I said, a little bit of releasing the buying tension is healthy. If Tesla does end the day though below 770, I don't think we have a good bull case anymore. But right now, I'd like to see Tesla get back to 784, which is another $8 and 3 hours to go before I feel confident that Tesla's bull run could continue. Regardless, given the fact that we are looking at Q3 delivery results in the next few days, I lean more bullish than bearish at this point unless Tesla reversed completely and get down to about below 760, then that would be bad news for the bulls. Right now, I still have hope that it would be going back up and get to above 784 by the end of the closing day. And if that's the case, then we're still back in the game. Going to the 15-minute chart here just to show you a little bit of a smaller time frame. You can see that once again Tesla is just moving in between these two pivot lines. The top pivot line at 816, but Tesla did not make its way up there. It could not get past yesterday's high, and 793 still serves as a very strong resistance at this point. So for tomorrow, if we were to strategize for tomorrow, I would say that if Tesla falls in the morning and gets somewhere below 770, we could potentially take a call option, but that is not necessarily based on technical. We are just taking advantage of the oversold condition when that happens, and look at the fact that Tesla will be releasing quarterly results, which could attract more buyers. And then if we are trying to take advantage of that, then we'll take a call when the stock gets to below 770 tomorrow and take it up all the way up to about 793 again. But it is a relatively higher risk trade because that would deviate from technical analysis. From a technical standpoint, Tesla needs to get to above 784 for the bullish case to be intact. Let's go back to the weekly chart here. The weekly chart, obviously we are only 2 days into this week, so it is not a complete picture of the weekly chart. But right now the weekly chart looks pretty bearish. It seems like this is a topping candle with a failed rocket launch, despite the fact that the last 2 weeks has been pretty bullish. But if you zoom out a little bit, and this is probably the hopeful bull in me, if you zoom out a little bit, you still see that the trend is still higher high and higher lows. So far, we are still on a very good bull run since mid-May until now. If this weekly bull flag materializes, I can see that Tesla get to 824, 853, 876, and 900. I do want to see it gets to above 793 by Thursday to potentially get to 824 by Friday. And we all know that by the time that Tesla announces quarterly delivery result, it will sell off a little bit or a lot depending on the number. But it does look like we will be selling off at that point. So Tesla has another 3 days at the most for the bull run to complete. So if you are looking at playing a call option in the short term, let's say October 8th, and I know that's not same week expiration, but I'm looking to buy a little bit more time here. So if you're looking at $800 strike price, the price still hold pretty well at 1520, give or take, and that will give you until next week. We are looking at about $20 out, so you're paying about $35 premium for the $800 strike price. If Tesla were to get there, it could get there fast and furious. And keep in mind that my resistance point is 824. So if it does get to 824, your option could be well over 2,000 or well over 2,500. So that would be a decent trade. It is a high risk trade though, because if it does not materialize by the time that Tesla announces quarterly result, you could be left holding the bag when Tesla sells off. So it's something to think about. If Tesla does tank tomorrow, you could get in and take a little bit of a less of a risk if it does tank in the morning and then reverse, hopefully. So right now it's 1,500 to 2,500 is what I'm looking to trade, but we will have to see what the end of the day looks like as well as tomorrow morning. I'm going to sneak in NVDA here since one of you requested it, and it is one of the stock that I hold as well. So I wanted to share my thoughts. NVDA surprisingly has not completely lost 50 days SMA at 209. It is trading at 208.86. So it is fighting really hard to maintain 50 days SMA. The 200 days SMA right now for NVIDIA is at $165. So that is a big gap to fall if it does get bearish. So keep that in mind. If you do hold NVIDIA, make sure that you are committed because it could fall further. Of all the stocks, it seems to be least affected. It is not trading in between 50 days SMA and 200 days SMA as most other technology stocks. It is quite bullish and still maintain 50 days SMA at this point. I can see that it gets to a little bit below 50 days SMA at around 200 and probably will bounce. If it gets below 200, it is in correction territory and we will be looking at a little bit more pain in the short term. Let's take a look at the hourly chart for NVIDIA. I mentioned in a few videos ago over the weekend that NVIDIA is looking to have a mini correction because it has been running pretty well. So it seemed to have a double top in the past, and the last few days has been showing a fairly bearish pattern with a lower low and a lower high. So that is my thought on NVIDIA. Today, the price action with the volume is pretty good. It's at 94%. So NVIDIA is fighting really hard to maintain 206 support area at this point.